Chapter 39. The Midpoint Supervisor opened a communications channel up to the space resort. Like it or not, Pierre Gonzalez admitted to himself, this was not a prank. This was not funny. This was not a fluke. This was a disaster waiting to happen, and he may very well be the only one whom could stop it. First things first, he pressed a button. Standard detonation sequence procedure. I am opening audio channels. Test. Test. Pierre hoped to God that he wouldn't receive a response. Deep down, however, he could sense a sinking feeling that, Yes, we're here, as I told you, a British voice sternly yelled. Pierre adjusted his headset. Sure. First things first. Who are you? Again, I'm Mr. Blue, here with the two Rothlanders children, Dawn and Pete. In the background, the supervisor heard an old man groaning. And Sully Brontworth, of His Majesty's. Her Majesty's Royal Army, Navy, retired, the stranger shouted. What is your status? Pierre asked. There was a long period of silence. The supervisor thought he heard whispering, some shuffling. Just kinda hanging out. Listen, Gonzalez explained. Due to unforeseen technical issues, the sectional foyer you are currently located in is set for detonation sequence. Screaming kids. Screaming kids. The supervisor held away his earpiece for a moment. Can you stop it? The stranger demanded. The supervisor said, Negative. He returned the volume on his headset to normal levels. You really should get out of there, you know. Now. How long do we have? Less than 3 minutes, Gonzalez replied. Then what's going to happen to us? A panicked child was wailing. Pierre drew up schematics, typing rapidly on the screen. The jettison explosion will be contained. He pressed a button. I went ahead and reappropriated the energy output to collapse the dampening field over the remaining structure to compensate. Which means what? Another voice. This one the old man, Gonzalez assumed. Before he could answer, the stranger explained. This wing of the hotel is going to be detached from the rest of the explosive charges. There's a force field around the hotel. It seems he's made sure that the hole, which is left from the detachment, will be covered with a force field. So you can breathe and walk and live, and that kind of thing, the supervisor stated. After the detonation, the piece will fall down through the atmosphere and disintegrate. That part doesn't matter, the stranger offered. But cheers anyway, mate. At the Midpoint Hotel, our aim is... How far do we have to go? The stranger urged. Just to the next foyer. You should be fine. I thought you were already on your way. Copy that? We shall be. I just need to take care of some slight technical... The stranger trailed off. Keep in contact with me, all right? I'm going to try to dispatch an emergency shuttle. There was no response. Hello? The Time Lord watched a shiny, pulsating silver mass of nanotechnological aliens swirl around furiously before disappearing, phasing through the wall, deep into the wiring of the midpoint. The rapids had just severed all communications with the surface. Pretty sure I know why. Question then becomes, how can I stop them? Mr. Blue pondered out loud. Dawn managed to stop screaming and wrap her arms around Sully's neck. With both his hands now available, he gripped the marble table, looking over at the Time Lord nervously. Mr. Blue was holding young Pete in his arm securely. His left arm extended above him as his watch emanated a focused blue light, which he'd latched onto a chandelier. Another fine mess, the retired Commodore stated flatly. He tried to sound calm for the children, but he shot the alien in the cobalt suit a very tense look. Sully could not hold on forever. Mr. Blue nodded. Dawn, I want you to swing over me. No way in hell. I knew you were going to say that. Look at my watch. See that? Supporting Pete and I? And an electromagnetic hard light particle wave traction beam. It can support a small planet. Plus, I'm really strong. So, do me a favor. Take my hand. The Time Lord was staring deeply into the girl's eyes. Dawn suddenly felt very calm, relaxed. The world of chaos around her slowed down to a crawl. Mr. Blue wanted her to feel safe. Well, safer. Pete wrapped his arms around Mr. Blue's neck, freeing up the Time Lord's right arm. He extended it toward the young lady. The Time Lord focused his cerulean eyes deeply into hers, creating a connection. You can do this, the alien in the cobalt suit assured the young lady. Internally, Dawn experienced a surge of strength and confidence. Where it came from, she had no clue, because it felt quite foreign to her. Yet, she suddenly saw the situation very clearly. It wasn't great, but this was the best chance for her and her little brother. The young lady jumped decisively, every muscle in her legs straining outward in the effort of the great leap. Mr. Blue caught her wrist. His grip let her know that she wasn't going anywhere, so she climbed up, wrapping her arms around the other side of his neck. Dawn felt safe. With his right arm freed once more, the Time Lord stared at Sully. Oh, no, thank you. Nope. No. I'm good. No. So, that's a no then? Mr. Blue smiled. The retired Commodore dropped his head, took a deep breath. Dear Lord! With only a second's hesitation, swollen knees and all, Sully leaped for his worth and reached out for the Time Lord. For a moment, Sully was terrified. He couldn't find a grip. He was sliding down. Ah! The retired Commodore went full death grip onto Mr. Blue's belt. The screaming stopped as he latched on. His face was directly in front of the alien's groin as they were freely swung, all four of them, back and forth on Mr. Blue's laser grappling hook. Now that we're all here, we need to exit this dangly corridor before the detonation sequence in 1 minute. The Time Lord in the cobalt suit grinned. Shall we?